Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hello, hello.
Record.
Hello, everyone. We would ask everyone to keep their mics off, just in case of any children shouting or dogs barking. We're just letting people in. We're going to begin in a moment. Okay. So welcome everyone to our Zoom chat website, Zoom chat and critique. Never mind.
This is the first one. We're not sure what we're going to call them.
Yeah, we're not sure what we're going to call them. This is the first time we're doing it in this format, not as a Facebook Live, but with people actually in the Zoom. That said, we do this a lot during our group mentoring. So that's a bit like that.
Yeah, I'm hoping it will feel a bit like that. We just get together on Zoom and everyone has a turn. We go through everyone's business needs. So hopefully it will feel like that.
Yeah. So what's going to happen? What's going to happen today is we're going to introduce ourselves, talk a little bit about what we do, and then we're going to jump right into website critiques. We had quite a few people submitting websites for critique and review, and we're not going to be able to go through all of them, but we will try and do as many as we can. Sort of quickly. We haven't actually looked at them. I find it easier to have fresh eyes and kind of look at the website as if I were a client landing for the first time. If you have submitted a website for review and you are currently in this call, can you maybe say in chat that you're here? And it will be interesting to kind of chat with you while we're also reviewing the website.
It reminds me to open chats. Completely forgot.
Yeah, well, it should pop up.
See if anyone has any questions.
And then we can actually talk to you as well. So you'll be able to unmute and tell us things.
Oh, thanks, Lauren. Thing you submitted. Thank you.
Oh, where's chat? I can't see the chat. Why can't I see it?
So I wrote down.
I see it.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you want to do a little intro, Alice?
Yeah, so if you don't know, I'm Alice Chapman. With Antonina, we teach the business of documentary, which is it's one of our favourite things that we do at the moment. And we're halfway through the current one.
No, almost at the end. We're almost at the end.
No. Yeah. So it's like a 4-month pricing business marketing course. It covers everything. Oh, and thanks, Sarah's just commented and you should all take that class. Thank you, Sarah. It's we had a great cohort with Sarah. We've got a great one now, and we're just gearing up to our next one. And we've said it's very sadly going to be our last one, haven't we?
Yeah.
We absolutely love it. It's such a wonderful thing to teach, but there's so much we want to do. Oh, hi, Rosie's just joining. Hello.
Yay. There's lots of things that we want to do, and it's impossible to do everything. And that's one of the things we actually touch upon in the business of documentary as well, kind of being realistic with what you can actually do. And we're big advocates for really planning your time and being realistic with what you can actually do, depending on the stage of life you're at.
So we cover websites in that. If you're just starting out and you haven't got anything yet, we help with how to set it up. There's lots of technical things to do. And then branding is something we spend a really long time on. We're going to hopefully see we're ready to talk about branding today when we look at your website. So.
Yeah, well, I think websites are kind of like almost a little microcosm of your whole business, because there's so many things that get showcased on the website that's one of the reasons we kind of picked it as a topic for our webinar, because that gives an opportunity to talk about a bunch of different stuff.
Yeah, it's very visual, which works for this format as well. So we're looking forward to taking a look.
Okay, so why don't we just jump straight in? People are still joining, but I think we're going to start. So we see Lauren, Julie, and Gillian are here among the ones that submitted. Let me just see what we can open.
So thank you for sending us links to your sites if you've done that already. So Antonina's going to open one on her screen and share it. I've got an iPad here as well. So one of the things we'll get onto is a website has to work over different devices. It has to be responsive on an iPad and on a phone. So we've got phones as well. So we might be really mean and have a look on 3 different things if we've got time.
Okay, so I have Lauren's website open. So Lauren, do you want to unmute yourself? And I'm gonna see if I can actually highlight you so we can chat to you. Where are you?
Lauren, feel free to just paste your URL in the chat as well. Google you.
Hi Lauren, let me just share the screen. So why don't you introduce yourself and tell us like really briefly about your business?
Sure. Yeah, I'm Lauren Haar. I'm in Ventura, California, and this is my 7th year in business. And I've just been so all over the place with my work in that I started as doing lifestyle family and really tried to make the switch to documentary. I guess it's been 2 years. So I'm slowly trying to, I just now this season have said no, to several families that I've done over the years and new families where I'm just saying I'm not doing anything except documentary style family. I'm not doing mini sessions. I was doing preschools for 5 years and I just dropped that as well. So now I'm really trying to focus on weddings and family and events where I'm just doing documentary style.
Just really, you can totally do documentary nursery. Totally.
I've thought about that, but I just got so burnt out. I just was like, I'm not into it right now. So I'm going to give it a couple years. And I did mention that to my schools, but just trying to, I should mention too, that I also photograph births, and I just this year launched a new business with a partner. So the two of us have a separate business for birth photography. So that also has taken precedence as well. So I'm kind of all over the place still, but I'm really trying to zero in.
There's a couple of things that are quite important then. You've got 4 different services, and typically people will have one website, and it's important to make that work across the range of services you offer. And the other one is, it's been a couple of years, but you're still getting people wanting the pre-doc style of family shooting, the lifestyle. And I think one of the really important things about the images on your family site is it puts off the wrong kind of people, which we want it to put off the wrong kind of people, to be clear. So those are what I would be looking for straight away.
So just a quick question before we dive into the review is, what percentage would you say is each of your different services? A 50-50 with weddings and families? Like,
no, I don't advertise that much for my weddings at all. I mean, I just, it's mostly word of mouth. I also have this like referral, this company that I kind of work for, he takes a cut and gets me referrals up in Santa Barbara, which is a really hard market to get into. So I do maybe 10 weddings a year.
Okay.
And the other thing I wanted to say was I've gone back and forth so many times about whether my website is working for me and if I'm doing both wedding and family on the same website. I think separating the birth out was a really good choice, but now we're really doing birth as well as maternity, newborn. It's all the family with newborns is all with that company. So you can see I really need your help.
okay.
So you do 10 weddings. So does that mean you do like tens of family shoots a year?
Let's see, this year.
Because I'm looking at what I think of as a wedding photographer's website first off.
Same.
Yeah. Oh. I would like to do more weddings and events. I would like to move away from the family document. I would like to just do families with newborns.
Okay, so that's interesting. That is really interesting to me.
And weddings. Because I should also mention that I work for the local theater and I do their stage production. So I have a lot of different things. Right. It's pretty much enough work for me. I'm not really looking to,
Sounds like it.
Okay. So if your goal is to potentially move away from families or You don't need to advertise them quite as much, and they kind of will naturally occur, maybe because you photographed the couple and then they, go on to have children. Then you can shift the focus of your website and focus pretty much exclusively on weddings, on the homepage at least, and really grab the attention of the bride with the real raw wedding images. And then half page somewhere on your website about families and newborns or whatever you want to photograph. But it's not going to be on the homepage, if you know what I mean.
That's what I was wondering, because I think I have thrown in a few families in there on the homepage.
Yep. So you have
Maybe
like a link to families. Yeah.
Yeah, I have the link. And now the birth and newborn link, it just now directs you to my new website with my partner. And I'm not sure.
Oh no, this one still is on your website. It's
but
still
it just says go to Hello Baby, which is the new.
Oh, I see.
Oh, okay. So just for the user experience, it's just an extra click, and it's great if you can be like 3 clicks or less to get. So as a user to get where you want to go.
A 3-click rule, we call it.
Yeah. So it's like a bit of a pain in the arse to have to like click something else. I mean, in this day and age, it's crazy to even think like that. But that's how people think. We're impatient and we expect instant information. There's also quite a lot of information to read above where it says go to.
One thing I always say about the websites, or rather the users of the websites, people don't read. No one reads anything. People have like the attention span of a goldfish. They literally will scan through, look at some pictures, look at some headings, subheadings, but mostly they won't really read big chunks of information. And for the most part, you're doing good because you have big heading, subheadings, and a little bit of text. Which is great, but I think I'm still feeling a little bit lost as to like at a glance, I'm not sure where to go. And especially on the homepage, the reason I said maybe you want to just really focus on weddings here is because I'm a little confused. Where to go? Where to click? So many options. You kind of want to take them on a journey from the homepage to fall in love with you. She's the wedding photographer for me. Maybe throw in some testimonials right on the homepage there. You already have them, but they're kind of hidden. It's there, but I didn't see it until I said, "Oh, you need some testimonials on here."
Yeah, on that image, it really doesn't.
Yeah, so it needs to be big.
Yeah.
And then it's a mix of different images. I want you to take on the journey. So by the end of the page, I'm like, okay, next. Where I'm going next. Now I want to find out more about how you work or about you, or contact you straight away.
Okay.
It's good that just in terms of contact, you've got exactly where you are at the bottom. It's a bit of a thing. You'd be surprised the number, and we might get some today, the number of people who don't say where they are in the world.
Yes.
On their website. So yeah, that's okay.
You have it right here, Santa Barbara.
Yeah. Your contact info is there as well, which is great because people like a contact page, but they also just like to be able to again see that really quickly.
I'm wondering even about the colors. At the time I did this several years ago, I felt like I wanted more color, so I have the text, the pinkish and the green, but I almost wonder if I should go back to black, because I don't know if it's working for me really to have. What do you guys think about that?
Well, color is a very interesting subject because it's all going back to your brand, and I would sort of advise against randomly picking colors if you haven't done the work on your brand, because colors carry emotional information. And if you're not a designer or you don't have sort of education in color psychology, it's really easy to pick the wrong color, or the color that's not really easily readable for various people, etc. So I always say default to black, text particularly, and maybe have a color for a button, maybe one color that you use, unless you know exactly what you're doing, and then you can play with lots of different colors.
Is your logo white on black and black on white, or do you use any colors in that anywhere else?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Is your logo white text on a
Black
plate
text on white, yeah. Black text on
no
white.
colors in that? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's why I'm thinking.
Yeah, I would say keep it simple unless you worked with a designer who tells you to do this. And then you can still have like maybe one color.
I'm going to give a really quick shout out to Nick Shuttleworth, who is alumni of the Business of Documentary and Turning Case into Art, actually. She's a professional designer as well, and she's put together some packages just for photographers, specifically documentary family photographers, and there's a special discount for people who are in the Business of Documentary class. So she's amazing.
Okay.
Yeah, check her out either way. Yeah, she's
what's her name?
Nick Shuttleworth.
I'll pop the link, or maybe Alice, you can pop the link in the chat.
Okay.
I'm sharing right
great.
now.
Yeah.
Well, just right. Where's
where's the chat? Another thing.
Not my usual. Okay, this isn't my house. I don't have huge curtains in my house.
We gonna finish with your website, Lauren, because we can't we're trying to get as many as.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, that's great.
But one thing I've noticed is that you have basically. Oopsie, timer. Go away. I would kind of combine those two, and that's advice I've been giving to people recently, is that you can combine portfolio and details page in one, and that reduces the number of things people have to click and kind of sort of what's the word, leads
accessibility of information,
and leads them towards the funnel of this is the page where you see the pictures, you read the testimonials, you learn a bit more about how I work, and then you contact me. And in your portfolio equally, you don't have to like throw everything at them, just pick your best of the best of the best, and that's usually enough. Like even 10, 15, 20 pictures is enough. I haven't
overall overwhelming sort of impressions. There's just a lot, and I kind of have to go, right, where am I? How do I get through, and what do I want to look at first?
Yeah, so your job is to kind of in your head think of the client journey and lead them through it on your website.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I can see what you mean. It's too much clicking.
Too much clicking, and too much like, if you're saying that that's what I want to do, that's what I want to focus on, then just do that. You can still have sort of hidden pages or secondary pages about your other services, but pick one main one and lead with that.
Okay.
We're going to be really quick and move on. Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks so much,
Lauren. So much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'm going to unpin Lauren. I'm going to stop sharing, and we'll see.
Anybody else here who wants to
there's Julia and Gillian, and who is Lisa, Sarah. Okay, there's a bunch of people.
Or just literally shout out. Get your microphone on and go, hi.
Okay, let me see. I think that's the right Gillian. Let me no, is that the right Gillian? I don't know.
Gillian, if you're there,
is Gillian McCall, is that the same Gillian as the one that said that? I don't know. Okay, let's go to Julia. I know Julia is Julia, so
we haven't prepared these because we just wanted to look at them, like we said, for the first time.
Okay, so Julia is slightly different. Which Julia, let me you can unmute yourself.
I sent it actually, the link just about minutes ago. No, more. Now it's 30 minutes.
Okay, so I'm going to share the screen. You are just making your website, right?
Yes. I'm just I'm working on that right now, and so I need to get the domain and everything, so
okay.
Right, so
we don't need to point out it says it's got the Wix logo on because we're pre-launch, but just in case anyone's looking and thinking, oh, is it? Yeah, we don't normally have that on.
Yeah, and actually that's it doesn't apply to everyone, but and I know Julie will sort it out, but generally speaking, like don't obviously use free builders that then display their advertisement.
No, of course, absolutely, I understand that. It's one of the reasons why it's weeks at the moment. It's because I want to try different services first,
Okay.
to see what's sort of the easiest, what's the style and everything. So I'm not gonna launch it, but I really just wanted to get the critique, to understand.
Are you gonna brush your teeth?
Can we please mute ourselves?
And go and brush your teeth.
So Julie, what's the purpose of this website?
So there's 3 areas of photography where I would really like to develop the business. It's portraiture, it's model tests, and it's documentary. And documentary projects are probably more personal. So I'm looking to exhibit them, to publish them, and perhaps maybe commercialize that, but at the moment, this is not my priority. And then commercial work, it's mainly portraiture and it's model tests. So for me, it's important to understand how to develop site. So I possibly show all of the 3 these branches, of my photography, and then we'll start, basically commercializing or advertising some of the services.
Okay, and are you gonna, in the way you're planning to work, and I know you're not like properly working on this yet, is this website going to be something that you just send a link to people? So if you want them to find you and book you?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah. So I understand, whenever if clients or friends or whoever finds me, they ask to see the work. So the site is going to be that. And also, I understand also, how to promote the site, Google search. So this is something.
Okay, so SEO is like definitely not, we're not going to even touch it in depth today because it's such a huge subject, but just basically,
course, by the way.
Yeah, we do, because it just is a lot, but basically,
of course,
you definitely want to do something like London portrait photographer right on the homepage. You want to have some text that's related to that subject, so Google knows that you're sort of, so to speak, an expert in this area. You definitely are doing portraits. So like right on the homepage, if you want to be a portrait photographer, that's what you put on.
Sure.
I would also say, don't hide your name. Your name is your brand.
Sure.
And because there are so many photographers, particularly like in big cities like London, you want to stand out and you want people to know you by name, and potentially Google you by a name as well. So don't, is there a reason why you kind of go in with GPA?
Do you want to brush your teeth, love?
Can we please mute, if anyone's unmuted, can you please mute?
I think you should be able to mute yourself if you
yeah, I'm just looking because I'm sharing the screen. It's not very easy for me to find.
If your photography business name is not your actual name, it can help to have your actual name on there somewhere as well, because people will always call you by that.
Sure.
And just briefly looking at this as well, we find capitals quite difficult to read in terms of like text we need to scan. It's absolutely fine for logos and titles, but like services get in touch. I kind of don't, it's just not as easy to read. And you probably will be working on a logo later, but at the moment we're just seeing text that kind of all looks the same and doesn't visually scan that easily. One thing I just noticed quickly was you've got a first person and a third person bit of copy. So I do this, I, and then you've got a she, she is. The consistency of voice is really important on a website. It's all part of your brand identity. The copy that you write has to, it's so important to get across not only your brand, but your personality, which is embedded in your brand anyway. And the way you write is so important. So to have that kind of clunky opposite style of writing, two places on the same site can hurt that So it's a really quick thing to change. Just go with first person or third person. And I guess in terms of what's better, if you're going for a more artistic, like artist site, third person is really good. If you're doing business to consumer and you want someone to engage with you as a person, which is what we really want to do as a documentary family photographer with mums booking us, then going first person is stronger.
Right. Yeah. Okay. That's something I actually wanted to touch as well, whether to have first person or, third person. Okay. And then combining all of the three, like portraiture and model test and documentary projects. Do you think it's possible, it's doable, or should I just, go, separate them and I don't know, have it, on another site, or, what's your opinion about that?
Model tests, what?
Model tests is what, like when they pay to have their picture taken, basically?
Yes. So it's actually approaching agencies and models, to when they have their Polaroids taken, so on and a half, or editorials, but these model tests are predominantly for to use for modeling.
So to my mind, and I know industry jargon would be this different potentially, but it's still portrait photography. So it could be actors' headshots, it could be model, model pictures, could be business, personal branding, that sort of stuff. So it's all portraiture really. So you really only have two categories,
you should
especially for the homepage.
Yeah, put the word headshot on your website because people might search for that.
Yeah. One thing I would say, you have a beautiful picture as a header, but it's nothing to do with
any people in it.
No,
yeah, you're a people photographer. You're basically a people photographer. Even your personal projects are about people. So I would lead with that.
About this, the photograph, so I'm definitely going to change it. Do you think if I put, if I combine like headshots, for instance, and like color blocks, I can't quite explain it, but imagine that instead of this photograph, you have, faces and maybe a bit of color in between, so not to put them all together so they don't like crowded. Do you think it's worth doing that, so because it's kind of like more strong emphasis on the portraiture?
So you don't have to have a header image. If there's a bunch of different things that you do, you can just have some text, some about text, a description of your services, and then categories that lead to different sections on the website. We kind of talked about color with Lauren a little bit, is that it's tricky unless you know exactly what you're doing in terms of color psychology. Or you have like the one color that you use and like that's your favorite color, and therefore that's your brand color. Favorite color can be dangerous, as Alice can attest. Using favorite colors.
I had a really funny yellow, like way like 10 years ago. It was kind of like a baby poo yellow, and it didn't show up anywhere. It was awful. It's terrible thing to do. But I just thought, oh, I'm creative. I'll pick a color. Yeah, please just go to Nick if you.
Yeah.
I mean, just on branding. So the whole thing of if you offer more than one service, can you put them on the same website? This comes up a lot. And just briefly, it's such a pain in the arse to have to manage more than one. If you can have them on one, that's good. If your services are coherent, maybe you do weddings and babies and families, that's great. If they're not, if they don't fit together, say you do boudoir and babies, separate them as far apart as you can.
Cars and babies.
If they're together, your branding has got to be really, really, really good. And we do a lot of work on this on the course as well, so that you know how to talk about this service and that service under the umbrella of talking about you and what your photography business offers. So you're starting to use the same kind of language. It looks the same. The style of you is coming through. Whether you turn up with your camera to photograph this thing or that thing or the other thing, the client is getting you and they know who you are and how you're going to approach delivering that service for them. So you can absolutely have multiple services on one site if your branding is really good, and then you don't have to bother updating 2 or 3 things. Easy life. We're all for that because there's so much to run a business. There's
thanks, Julia. We're going to go to the next person. Ping you. So it was the right Gillian. Okay, Gillian, we're going to look at your website now. If you're still here, do you want to unmute yourself and talk to us?
I'm going to get it up on here as well.
Hello.
Hi,
Hiya.
oh, there you are. If you want to turn your camera on, you can, but you don't have to.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah.
Are you in
Hey,
Oxford,
how you
Gillian?
doing? Right, let me share my screen now so we can see. So tell us a little bit about like what you're trying to do with your website. What is the
So, you know, I kind of do a mix of lifestyle and documentary. But we're heading into winter. So I tend to focus more on documentary because no one wants to go outside here. um, so you know, I'm really trying to push my in-home documentary family ones, but it's a bit of a hard sell here because you know everyone wants their house to look perfect and all that. So I do have, like, if you look under my portfolio, I have a documentary portion. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm just scrolling through your homepage really quickly.
Okay,
First
so
of all, I
I'm-
just want to say it's really clean. I love how much white space you have. You're letting pictures breathe and you're letting words breathe. So it's really easy to kind of see where to go next.
But on that, I've got it on my iPad as well. I'm looking at here. Photos are just like changing on the slideshow, and I'm finding that a
Mhm.
bit annoying. That's maybe a personal user experience thing.
Okay.
And photos automatic because it's going quite quickly. So that's the thing we sometimes want to look at the homepage images for a bit longer as well.
And there's no
Okay.
option to override it. So see if there's like an option
Yeah.
you can switch on. So to have
Button.
errors.
Yeah, I
here.
think I can control how long they're up for. So I
And
can.
I'd have them a little bit longer, yeah.
Okay.
Because the homepage sort of space is where you let the photos be bigger, you give them room to breathe and time to sink in as well.
Okay.
Okay, so when we saw a little bit further down the page, we saw you had family in a box and then newborn, I think, in a box, and then documentary. So as documentary family photographers, I'm immediately thinking, what's the difference between family and documentary? Because documentary is a subset of family. So there's confusion there. And just to sort of expand on that, we do sometimes say to people, you don't need to have newborn separate because newborn is family. When you're offering only just for anyone who is offering only documentary, family is family is family.
Right. Yeah, I guess like for my family ones, they're outdoors.
So they are portrait sessions.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah,
basically.
that's right. They're not documentary.
So they're on location portraits. And sort of your maternity ones are studio portraits, I assume, unless they also can be on location.
They're just outdoors as well. And like I'll do some in home, but the majority.
Well, see if they're mostly outdoors. That picture needs to be outdoors.
You're right. Yeah, that's a good point.
So you're basically saying that your kind of year is slightly split, as in the summer you tend to do lots of portrait sessions outside, and then in the winter you're trying to sort of be able to keep shooting just in people's homes, and that's why. Okay.
Yeah.
And do you want to continue doing that, or is your
Yeah.
heart in documentary?
I love both. Like, you know, we have a very short season of outdoor. And, you know, I always tend to end with documentary in my outdoor sessions and kind of the more candid, but I do a mix for sure.
Lots of people do a mix as a kind of limbo stage. You discover documentary, you give it a try, you love it. And then there's that perhaps lack of confidence that the market is strong enough to sustain it as the only thing you offer. If you have a website which offers lifestyle and documentary, you're not perhaps coming across as a strong choice for either.
Okay.
Because the documentary market is going to look at the lifestyle images and go, oh, maybe she's not the one for me actually.
Okay.
And the other way around, the lifestyle family is going to say, oh, I don't want my mess in the pictures.
Yeah.
So you can offer both, but you could have a much stronger brand if you just go one way or the other. And you don't necessarily need to label it, but you're literally labeling it as different things. So we've mentored in countries where people just never ever talk about documentary, you know, and we've said you don't need to use the word, just show the pictures. One thing you can do is do lifestyle as minis and have them pop up, or have a separate mailing list, kind of an offline client base for that.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's kind of similar to what I was thinking. Like you're a family photographer. You
Yeah,
photograph
like
families.
family and newborn. Yeah, well, I guess if you say newborn is family, it is. So yeah.
Yeah, I think for us as photographers, we differentiate because in our heads, yes, like newborn can be slightly different because maybe it's post on the beanbag. So we kind of use the labels for us.
Yeah.
But it's not necessary. And yes, families, especially with the first baby, they will maybe Google newborn photography looking specifically for that sort of post baby photo shoot. But anyone else tends to, I think, search for just family photographer if they have like more than one child.
Okay.
So I would encourage you to kind of think a little bit about your composition of how you offer your sessions, and maybe it's just family photography, and then you have portrait sessions, and then you have at-home sessions maybe. So call them, rather than documentary, call them at-home sessions.
Okay.
And then it really depends like on each individual client, how comfortable they are with the level of mess. So some might want an at-home session and be completely fine with you just documenting whatever, and others would be really, really like tidy up, everything is in its place, and then you kind of like deal with what comes your way, sort of, as you sort of finding your feet, and then maybe eventually you settle on just at-home sessions, because as you say, your season is so short.
So like instead of putting family and documentary, you would do outdoor and indoor family sessions?
Because these kind of sessions for me, they are portraits essentially, at least what it looks like.
I can think maybe because in Canada, like we wouldn't call, like no one would know what a portrait. That would be more, if I were to say I did portrait, they would think in studio. Like that.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
So then yes, maybe outdoor and at home. There's two versions, and obviously then outdoor looks a certain way, it's golden hour, whatever. And then at home looks a certain other way.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
And then if you want people to be more embracing of messiness of life, then you got to show it.
Okay.
But if you want to, maybe even your outdoor families, if you want to encourage them towards more playing, just going out for a walk or doing whatever families do outdoors, like on a normal day, show that as well.
Okay.
Or instead of portraits, them looking at the camera.
Okay.
When you mouse over the photos, the file name comes up, which has the client name in. Is for anyone in the UK and the EU, you should change the file names, because
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's probably best practice to do it anyway.
Oh wow.
We can see the name of the family. We can see how many photos they've had as well. So that's too much information. We said we're not going to get into SEO, but you can use the file. You should rename your files for things that work for you for your website. So yeah,
you could rename sort of each image that you use could be Ottawa newborn photographer 01.
And I could do that right on my like domain site, or would I have to like remove these and re-add them with a new file name?
It depends on your site. There are some plugins. If you're on WordPress, you need to add a plugin to do that. It might be easier to, I don't know about Show It. You have to reach out to them and ask, or you might have to re-upload them. I've had a situation actually many years ago where I didn't do what Alice said to do. I didn't rename my files. And I had one of my favoriteest clients. I worked in cybersecurity.
Yeah.
And she was changing jobs, and she Googled herself, and she found that, there were her family pictures on my website with her actual name on them. So I've had to go through the whole process of like removing them like from Google searches, and it's quite an involved process to make sure that nowhere anymore, because Google does what is called cache them.
Yeah.
So you have to like submit certain things to say like remove this file, don't show it anymore.
It's much less painful to not make that mistake in the first place. So the best practice way to do it is you export your high resolution full-size images to give to your client with their name in. And that client is the only person that ever sees that version of the file. You then export another set of your portfolio images, and you would rename them as, photographer name, newborn location something, and they're web sized, so they're not good. I mean, this is absolutely fine, but you don't want a website which takes 5 minutes to open because you've got huge, like 15-20 megabyte images on them. So we need to create another set anyway, which is the right size and the right shape for our website. So that's when you rename it, and that is your portfolio image file that you upload to your website. So it's kind of it's boring behind the scenes housekeeping stuff, which is all time consuming stuff about running a business. But yeah.
Okay, that's really helpful.
Thanks, Gillian.
Okay,
Right.
I feel really mean just like rushing on like so quickly, but
yeah, but like we can talk about this stuff forever. Let me see.
We have quite long Zooms in our mentoring course.
Yeah. I think Lisa is here. Lisa Daniels. Let me unpin Gillian. Lisa, are you still here?
I am, yes.
Let me just pin you. And I'm gonna open your website in a second.
I think there's a famous actress called Lisa Daniels. I'm now looking at pictures of her. Sorry.
She beats me for some reason in the Google search.
Ouch.
Well, I'm in Cambridge, UK, and I sometimes when I do searches, I get Kate Middleton all over the bloody place.
What are you searching for to get Kate Middleton?
You put Cambridge photography and you get Kate bloody Middleton.
Oh, really?
I mean, I'm sure she's lovely, but
okay, Lisa, tell us what you're trying to do with your website. Like, what is not working or working? What do you want to talk about?
Well, I fall into the classic scenario where I want to put everything on this one website. So I've called it Faces, Spaces, Love and Connect. Connect is like the about page. And love, so if you hover over those images, we've got the galleries of the three different types of, ignore the print sales for the time being. The three things that I'm interested is in wedding photography, architectural and family portrait.
Feel free to put your video on if you want to.
Well, I will, but I don't have amazing internet, and it might.
Oh, okay. I'm still gonna say.
What's your focus? So you do all those things, and lots of us do lots of different things. Doesn't mean that we tell everyone about them.
Yeah. So I've tried to keep it simple so that when you hover on to the bits at the top, if you hover onto faces, so if you click into a gallery, then you've got the images first, and without too much text. And then when you go back up to the home button, or if you go back up to the headers, you've got the information pages. So I've tried to separate it. So then you've got information and prices. So that's basically what you can expect with the different shoots.
And are your main things that you do weddings, families, like what role do interiors play in your business?
So basically my main revenue that the website brings in is families. I don't advertise at all for weddings, and I have a particular client really who does this work, and she uses me all the time. So
she doesn't need a space on your website, does she?
Well, she doesn't, but I want to do more of this as well as the other things. So that's why.
I still have no idea where you are I know
I was just going to say that.
Because I'm looking at these images and thinking, I wonder if you're like in a place I might know.
Yeah, so does it say at the very bottom if you scroll down?
I've been scrolling down and 300 images.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, no, you're right. Okay.
It's taking 5 minutes. I'm like, so I'm not getting
right here.
As a user, I'm like, where is she?
Yeah, that's
and not only user but also Google. Like you need to have it on your homepage, basically. Your location.
So where are you, Lisa?
So I am in the
travel everywhere.
Right, whereabouts?
Oh, this about
in a village called Edale.
I grew up in
No.
Bradwell, Lisa.
Well,
Oh,
I've seen
your work. I know your
I've
landscape.
seen your stuff in Tideswell because I love that photo you did in Tideswell and thought, oh, that looks really good.
That'd be really, really annoying.
Yeah.
The voice thing, I just want a category in the voice. That was in Tideswell.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm so sorry. We're doing really quick website reviews. Right. We can chat later.
So I used to work with a kitchen company
Did you?
that made, I did, and they made
She did
beautiful
everything.
handmade, but no one, like it was never on my website. I worked with them and I gave them pictures, and I didn't, because they were local.
Yeah.
I had no plan. Well, you said you want to maybe potentially do more work like this, but this can exist. This whole page can exist, and you can direct potential inquiries to it, or you can maybe do in-person marketing where you kind of go to architects or call them up or meet them at networking events, and then you can send them that link. But
Yeah.
your website, that's kind of the case of babies and cars, or boudoir and weddings. Well, not so much weddings, boudoir and babies. That it doesn't need to be on your website, on your homepage. Sorry.
Because if I'm going to trust somebody with my wedding or with my baby photography, I kind of don't want to see kitchens, even though beautiful work. But I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
I want somebody who, what I want is if literally I was going to hire a family photographer, I want to see like crap all over the floor and kids laughing, and someone who's got an eye for documentary family-ness, or all that stuff weddings are all about. It takes away that it takes away the kind of spark in the eye that I want to see on your website. I want to connect with you and go, this is the person whose camera I want in my face. And there's spoons and doorknobs in there.
So another thing I would say is there's a lot of pictures in your portfolio. And
I took that point down earlier when you said
more than half of them do not need to be there. Especially you don't want to be showing the same families over and over. Because then it looks like you haven't photographed that many. Even if it's true, don't let anyone know that you only photographed 3 families in your life. So either choose pictures that are anonymous, maybe from the same shoot, but they don't look like they're from the same shoot. And that requires kind of sitting down and coloring and be really ruthless. We call it killing your darlings, like your favorite picture, but it doesn't work in this context. It has to go.
And they're all small. So having small images on a page is great, but the more there are, it's just there's I mean the black and white boy there, if that was big, that would have quite a lot of impact.
So you can click on it and it does go big, I think.
But I can't be asked to click on it.
Oh, okay.
That's the thing. That's like the user. We're not like, as a busy mom with 3 kids, I am not going to be doing that. I'm going to be literally doing what I'm doing right now, just really quickly scrolling. That looks fine. Like, what next? And then this is
we haven't talked about this yet, have we? The kind of the journey through the pages. So you get right to the end of the page and you're just like abandoned. I'm doing scroll all the way again. It's not even a go back to top. It's a really clunky user UX. It's really clunky UX. Go back to top. It's like, really. I want to go to what I've seen all the pictures and thinking, I love this work. I want this to know more about this person. Next, I want to know about prices. I want to know about you. So there should be something at the bottom that takes me to the next step in that journey from Google to website to your inbox. And it's the journey through the pages.
It kind of drops you off the cliff here a little bit.
So if you click on to go to make it
really small.
That too is just looking really
small.
See,
like I wouldn't have. So this leads me back to the homepage for some reason, rather than emailing you. By the way, if I click on your email address, or launching any mail program, and then equally, and then maybe it's a controversial advice, but I'm kind of like, again, repeating that you don't really need to break it down into, especially if you're on a newer side, and you don't have like hundreds of portfolio pictures that are amazing and you want to put them all, like you just put everything on one page. Put your testimonials, information, some words all together mixed with pictures. That's the most powerful client journey that they can be. So it's one page, they get everything, and by the end of that page, or like all the key information that you want them to get at this stage, not everything, don't throw everything at them. And then by the end of that page, I'm like, yeah, I want to know more. Where like, give me, I want to contact you.
The knowing more is something we haven't kind of talked about yet, but you want to give enough information that the person is satisfied with their initial curiosity. There's nothing frustrating them that they don't know necessarily, or maybe a little bit, that's okay. Because what I want to say next is that you leave them wanting something more. So they go, yeah, I get a sense of this person, I get a sense of the work and the services, and yes, I'm feeling this person is for me. And I didn't expect every bit of information to be on the website, so I'm going to have to find out. I'm going to click contact, I'm going to click brochure or something, because you want them to get in touch. That's the overall aim of the entire thing, is for them to get in touch.
So what typically do you think is a good thing not to leave out, but how do you create that feeling of wanting more?
I'm looking at your price page. So the price page is a typical one, because we talk about this an awful lot in the business of documentary as well. How much information about your pricing do you put on your website? Lots of people will just go straight to the pricing page, and if you have everything on there, they'll go, oh, that's quite a lot. Or there's 4 numbers, or 3, or and they might just bugger off again. So having prices from or session fees, but not having package fees, having a sense of the investment, inviting people to get in touch for a full, beautifully presented brochure is a way of giving them enough, but then they get in touch.
Yeah, and I do think that there needs to be some indication of the price, especially if you have a family photographer.
Yeah, because it annoys me when there isn't, actually.
Yeah, you're a busy mom. I don't have time to call you necessarily, like to find out.
You don't want price on application style.
Yeah, I mean, price on application implies that it's really, really expensive.
Don't even ask.
Yeah. Which is if that's your strategy, go for it. Like if you're so expensive and you take like 5 clients a year and they're like £10,000 each, POA, brilliant, go for it. That needs to be a strategic decision that you make. But for everyone else, some sort of indication, sessions start at, typically my clients spend between this and this. Get in touch and I'll send you the whole price list.
Do you have a session fee, Lisa?
No, I just have a booking fee of £50, and then they buy these things.
The booking fee of £50, is that then refundable against the price of this?
Yeah.
Okay. This isn't a pricing webinar, but pricing.
We'll do another one.
Yeah.
We'll talk. Don't start get us started on pricing. But
we can talk for hours now about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so I think you kind of maybe have a to-do list now, Lisa, too.
I do, thank you.
Really quick mention, you've got a privacy policy there, which is great. Anyone in the EU, UK needs to have a privacy policy. It doesn't have to be obvious. It can be somewhere quite small, but yeah, well done. That's a must if you're just starting out.
Cool. Thank you for your help.
Thank you, Lisa.
How are we doing for time?
Yeah, I don't know. We have to finish quite soon, I think. How many do you think we can still look at?
Let's do another one.
Let's do another one. Let's see. There's lots of people that we won't be able to look at.
I want to say just thank you so much to everybody that has sent us your website. It was always going to be one of these where we ask if you want to have a look, if you want us to have a look, send it, but we're never going to get to everybody. So really, really appreciate everybody who volunteered.
Why are you not pinned for me? Oh, there we go. Now you're pinned. Let me just quickly find out who sent stuff. Sorry.
I'm not seeing the bottom of
so Michelle was one of the ones that submitted, and she's here as well. So Michelle, are you still here? Yeah, you are. Hey. Unmute yourself. Oopsie.
There we go. Hi.
Okay, let me just open your website. Share my screen. So tell us a little bit more about what you're trying to do. What job does your website need to do for you?
Well, I just transitioned to documentary
recently, like a couple of years ago. And I just moved from the US to Portugal. So kind of starting all over here.
That is interesting.
And so only doing documentary families. I have some maternity things on there, but they're posed. And I want to get away from that and start doing documentary maternity, but I'm not really sure how to do that. So the posed ones are still on there.
Okay. And how long have you moved? How long has it been since you moved?
7 weeks.
Oh my God, you like literally just moved to Portugal.
Right.
So you starting. So what is your plan in terms of getting clients? Are you going to rely on SEO, or do you have any local connections that you can explore? Any expat communities?
Big expat community here. There's a fair at my daughter's school on Saturday, like a Christmas bazaar, and I'm doing some posed pictures with Santa Claus there. And so I'm going to have my business cards there, and maybe I think people will have to go on the website to see the pictures that I take. And so maybe that'll bring me some business. I'm not sure.
Do a mailing list sign up at the fair. That's going to be a really good opportunity to grow a mailing list, which is one of the key things you need to build a client base, especially in a new place. And the other thing you need is a website with that place reflected in the copy, the keywords, and some of the images as well. If you're moving,
so can I just quickly say about the mailing list? So a great way to do it is have a literal, like if you don't want to be too techy, have a literal clipboard with a sign up, and you can run a sort of like a raffle. You can either give away a session, or you can give like a bottle of wine or something for one of the people who signs up. Kind of give them a little incentive to do that. It doesn't matter what you give. But yeah, mailing list is better than just giving the cards.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Sorry, Alice, go ahead.
Forgot what I was going to say.
Location.
Yeah. So if you move to a new city and all your images, or new country, all your images are quite clearly somewhere else, the person living down the road from you is going to look at it and go, oh, where the hell is that? This isn't my photographer. So a couple of portfolio build shoots with local people get some, not necessarily landmarks, but it's incredible how visually different places are. Like we can spot like British documentary family photography from American, can't we, when we look at awards galleries and things like that. So
the light is different, like it's the houses are different, everything is different.
Supermarkets, I know what Target looks like so well, and I can spot an Asda a mile off. So yeah, get some images on your website that feel like home to the people that are now your local client base.
Okay.
And again, like location, don't hide your location at the bottom.
Okay. Put it right up at the top.
Right up the top, yeah. I really like this. I like to show you otherwise.
Yeah, so that's a great tagline, and having that front and center is really important. Okay, so this is good, learn more. So that's, you want to click on it.
Yeah.
Click, you're driving. So.
I'm driving. Right, so just a little stylistic thing like this, you almost want to swap it around, or just not even have about here, just go with all that, just stylistically, or have this is and I'm doing it really quickly, I'm not even reading properly because no one does.
Too much. Should I not have so much text there?
No, have that as a heading, and then it's just the smaller text.
Okay.
The center paragraphs are a bit, it's not as easy to scan read.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So having left justified is good. Documentary family photography clients will read more than other genres.
Yeah.
They're more likely to take the time to do that, but everyone
still need to kind of make easy for them to actually do that. So
like,
see, this is great. This is so easy to read this text. It's well spaced. There's plenty of white space.
You've got a little extra space between the eye and the sorry, I'm pointing with my camera.
Alice spots those things, like I don't know.
When we do our Zooms,
that's a special
We go through people's brochure designs and website designs there as well. I used to do proofreading. I'm like, I would do this with a red pen in my hand, like, you got an extra comma. And a quick thing about the photo, it's a really big must to have a good photo of yourself. You can either have a traditional style headshot, or you can have a documentary family image that someone else took, showing that you really embrace the genre. Having both is fine too. Having
you want to see your face, yeah.
Yourself with a camera it's a cliche that works. It's absolutely fine, but that shouldn't be the only photograph of you. I don't want to see your camera. I want to see your face, because I want to invite you into my house.
So I had my picture on the homepage.
Yeah,
I have it again.
it's okay to repeat stuff, you know.
Okay.
If you only have one good picture for now of yourself, just use that, or make it a job to take a really good self-portrait. You know, if you don't know any photographers locally, maybe again embrace that, you know, what Alice said about like taking some pictures in the local environment. Do it somewhere outside, or like on a, I don't know, terrace of your house, so it looks like Portugal.
Okay.
Um,
There's beaches everywhere here.
there you go. Like, I've actually done a shoot in Portugal a couple of years ago with a client, and yeah, beach life, I think that's something you really need to work on to show, because that's going to be a lot of your shoots, I imagine.
Yes.
And so jealous.
Client galleries on your menu. So we try to have as few things as possible up there, really. If it needs to be there, it needs to be there. Some things don't necessarily. So is this something that as a potential client I can click on and see other people's, or I'm guessing it's where I'm already your client, the photos are ready, I go to this page to see them?
You can click on those, even if you're not, I think.
Because if they're for me as a potential client to look at, I just want them in the portfolio with everything else. If they are just for the client to show them their photos they've already had taken, it doesn't need to be a publicly available page. You can just send them a link to an unlinked. You can send them a link over email to a page which is unlinked from your main.
So maybe I'll just delete that.
Yeah. But if you want to,
so the pictures, I was just going to say quickly, the pictures took a second to load, so look at the size of them.
Okay, we've got the mouse over file name as well.
I have to get rid of the.
Yeah, so rename them, but also check the actual file size, because it took a second to load. My suspicion it might be not optimized for web.
Okay.
But also go to your website as a potential client and it's hard to do, but have a little browse around, because realizing there's a mouse over isn't something you know from the back end. You only know it from the front end. So spend some time at the front end of your website.
Okay.
Sit down with a friend and go, right, try and think, imagine you want to hire a photographer, look at my website, sit next to them, like it's agonizing, but watch what they do.
Where they click, where they go.
Where they don't click.
Or where they don't click, yeah. So that's kind of something that we talked a little bit about before, how you don't necessarily want to put everything on your pricing page on your website, all the pricing. Leave them wanting more a little bit to give the range, so they know roughly that they are within your price range, or you are with their price range. But so basically, people are not going to book. People are not going to like book right away. They want to talk to you first. They want to get in touch first. It's not like I'm going to go buy a swimming suit, off the website and add it to cart and pay and it's delivered. It's different.
Okay. So maybe it should be like 90-minute session fees starting at $175.
You can just be quite vague. You can go session start at, and clients spend on average between this and this.
You can have different session fees for different different types of sessions if you want to take the opportunity to talk about them, but we don't have to have everything on there. Really quickly, online viewing gallery, the O needs to be capitalized.
We also hire Alice as a proofreader.
We used to do that.
Yeah, we can hire her out.
I used to do, friends of mine is not you, another friend. I have two Russian photography friends. I used to proofread a weekly blog.
Yeah. So basically, we've given you a big to-do list, I think, Michelle. Go shoot, have some portfolio sessions. Portfolio building is also a good marketing tool when you're in a new area. That allows you to get in touch with new people, maybe find families, what do they call them? Like they're almost like a heart of the community. They know everyone, they talk to everyone, if they love someone, they tell everyone about them. So that's the kind of families you want to approach, not necessarily
Informal
like
ambassadors.
say it again.
Like informal ambassadors.
Informal ambassadors.
Some people
that's
have,
right.
some photographers have formal ambassadors, not necessarily in doc. And other genres kind of do it a bit more, but yeah, it can work for us. But if you find someone who's going to be a natural ambassador, then yeah, do it informally. It's just like gold, absolute gold.
How's the purple working for me?
Say it again.
Is the purple okay?
Purple. I like purple. Purple is a color that's calm and indicates high end as well. So
Okay.
It's the only color I don't like, but I'll shut up.
I love it.
That's subjective.
Love it. But that's again, that's like a personal thing. And maybe you don't want to book purple hating people.
It would actually genuinely put me off, I think, yeah.
I used to have purple as my brand color.
Well, I used to have 2 yellow, so yeah.
Right. So just quickly about the blog, and blogging is like, I'm as guilty as anyone else. I've actually, to the point that I've actually taken blogging link off my menu.
We've
because I
both
haven't
done that.
blogged in ages.
It's better to have no blog than a dead blog.
Yeah, because as a client, and this is not so bad, it's only June, but
Which
we're in
year is it?
November now. But if I go to someone's blog and they haven't blogged for a year, my immediate assumption is they're no longer in business.
Okay.
Same if I go, and it's a completely wrong assumption. Same with social media, like we haven't posted, and as I say, I'm guilty as anyone else. But like, just if you're not going to blog and it's a lot of work to do it, just take it off for now.
I kind of hate doing it, but just like I hate posting on social media, but don't you kind of have to keep your, I mean, isn't the purpose of blogging to get your website higher ranked?
So you can get your website ranking high even without a blog. You don't have to do it. You then need to optimize your homepage, your about page, your portfolio pages, your like informational pages for that, or create I don't know, an example of a really good page, not a blog post, but a page could be best locations for a family photo shoot in this area. And then it might sound a bit lifestyle-y, but you can sort of completely make it documentary and mention your own home, your local playground, but then sort of drop in some local landmarks in there. And then Google will know that is related to your service. So you can be quite clever about those things.
So in the course, we've got quite a lot at marketing content, and a blog is great. It doesn't have to be a blog.
Yeah.
You need marketing content out there, and whether that's social media or your website somewhere else, working with third parties, and fresh content. Google likes fresh content. So a blog is kind of the obvious way to do it. And
yeah, but you got to do it. That's the problem with it.
We've both taken it off because if it's dead, it's worthless. And I think we just want to say something. We kind of do what we say, not what we do. Different businesses at different stages have different needs. So if you just move into a brand new location, or you're getting ready to set up in a year's time, or you're transitioning your services, you're going to need to focus on different things. And when we mentor, whether it's a course or one-to-one, we do that as well. It's people often say, well, what do you do? And what we do might not be the right thing for that person to do, because our business is at a different stage. So meeting people where they are is really important. So
yeah. One thing I will ask you, like, because you said like you have to blog. If you're in a relatively small town and you have an expat community which you're a member of, my suspicion, and I could be completely wrong, my suspicion is your main marketing would be in-person marketing rather than people.
Personal marketing, okay.
Yeah. So meeting people, talking to them, word of mouth. It's it almost easier that way.
like your school fair.
School fairs, really getting involved in that expat community and getting known as the document or the family photographer in this area. And then your website then serves a purpose of your really brilliant portfolio where people can find out a little bit more, can really fall in love with you, giving them information, but not necessarily like an SEO machine. Whereas someone who is based in a big city, where they serve a large area, they're not going to be able to do in-person marketing everywhere. then SEO is extremely important. So that's to what Alice was saying, like it's different. Or if you like you've been in business for forever, like you probably don't even need a website and you just work off referrals. That's not true. You always need a website, but you can sort of relax a little bit about it.
If you've been in business for a really long time, you may well have over 50% of your bookings that are repeat business.
Yeah.
And then a repeat client isn't going to your website. A repeat client is going to their last email from you, or you're in their phone.
Exactly.
It's about that time of year again, or they're just going to walk past you at the school run or in the street. So your website is for new people.
Yeah, a number of times I had like an old client respond to a newsletter from a couple of years ago saying, "Hi."
Yeah.
We're still here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank
you so much.
Thanks, Michelle.
Leave it there in terms of looking at
yeah
websites.
So I think we have to this has to be our last, but hopefully we've covered sort of touched upon lots of different things that even if we haven't looked at your website specifically, you can take them as a action point or learning point and apply it to your own website. So before we finish, we just want to repeat again that the course that we teach together, the Business of Documentary, which we designed specifically for documentary family photographers, but really like it can be applied whether you sort of mix in documentary and lifestyle. It's all common business sense.
And we have people who do weddings and there's a lot of learning points there. I could go on and on.
So we are open for enrollment now. There is an early bird valid until end of Wednesday UK time,
which is it's like 30 hours
something. So end of tomorrow
hours. Is that right?
I don't ask me about math. We established that.
No, it's not, is it? No, 28 hours. 28 hours time, the early bird flies away. And that's 150 off.
So £150 off whether you pay in one payment or in installments. The code is early, all capitals, 150.
What did it take to think of that?
I mean, I had a brainstorming session with myself.
So we don't want, if you're thinking of coming on this very last run, then don't miss out on the early bird.
Yeah, so just a reminder, this is going to be the last time we run this. So if you want everything in one spot, and that's stuff that you can use again and again and again, like as your business grows, then please come and join us. It'll be lovely to see you, and we only have 12 spots, right? Yes. Overall on this class. It's going to be nice and intimate, and you get to know.
It's a really nice size. Yeah, and it's nice to see a couple of names in here from the cohorts as well. We kind of get to know everybody and get to know everyone's business, and hey
Fran, like you.
Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, Fran, do you want to say a couple words?
Yeah. Sorry, apologies for my face. I wanted to, but then it sounded like I was being paid for something.
I'm not paid, Fran.
I'm working through my website, so I wanted to hear more, even if we're going to have our own special session on it. So yes, I'm doing the course at the moment, and I'm finding amazing. There's a lot of material, a lot for me to do, but that's a good thing. And the support on the Facebook page is great from you too. I'm learning a lot. I recommend it.
Thanks.
And I've got it with a discount as well. So get in there.
Yeah, and we will see you tomorrow.
Exactly. So I'm got off now.
Sarah's still here. I'm wondering if Sarah.
Sorry, I don't think Sarah. I think Sarah left. But Sarah, if you're here, say hi.
Yeah. But it's such a privilege to work with people and to get to know their own businesses. And the front end, the website is what the client sees, what the public sees. But one of the things we talk a lot about is how much behind the scenes work there is to do. You need to be a business owner as well as a photographer, and getting to know the business owner behind the camera is such a privilege. And it's a joy to teach, and we can't wait to do the next one. And it's sad that it's going to be the last, but if you're thinking about it, don't miss out. And
please message us, like if you are wondering, like, is it the right for me? I'm not sure. We're here. We will never tell you to do something we don't think.
Well, I'm going home because this is the village hall, but
All right, we're going to finish on this note. Hope you enjoyed this. And we'll see you somewhere, sometime soon, hopefully on the inside of the Business of Documentary.
Yeah. Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.